Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Marvel Holiday Special #1 from, I think this is like late 80s, early 90s. We'll find out when we get inside. Gorgeous wraparound cover by Art Adams. So cool. Love this. Who doesn't love Art Adams? Giving me classic X-Men vibes with Storm and Banshee. Fantastic Four. Adams did a little bit of that. I mean, Adams has touched many of these characters, including Santa Claus. Santa Claus is kind of funny that he's had like a prominent role in the Marvel Universe over the years. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Let's get into it. Okay, so contents. Marvel Holiday Special. Editor-in-Chief Tom DeFalco. So this is from 19... What the hell? You're not going to have the date? Oh my god, this is taking me way too long to find the date of this, but Holiday Special published by Marvel Comics 1991. Okay, so Jim Shooter has left the building. It is Tom DeFalco, editor-in-chief. X-Men, A Miracle a Few Blocks Down from 32nd Street by Scott Lobdell, Dave Cockrum, Joe Rubinstein. Fantastic Four and Christmas Coda by Walt Simonson, Arthur Adams, and Al Milgrom. Punisher and Midnight Drear by Stephen Grant and Klaus Janson. Thor and 'Twas a Midwinter's Night by Tom DeFalco and Sal Buscema. Captain America and Precious Gifts, Len Kaminsky, Ron Lim, James Sanders. Ghost Rider by Howard Mackey, John Herbert, and Al Milgrom. Captain Ultra, whoever the hell that is. Am I going to remember who that is? Scott Lobdell, Dennis Jensen, Barb Calvert. And Spider-Man by Danny Fingereth, Ron Garney, Mike DiCarlo. Pinups by Darren Ock, Kelly Corvies, Ron Friends, Tom Grindberg, Rick Levins, Marie Severin, and Rurik Tyler. Interesting. So this is so late in like Dave Cockrum's career. I think obviously Dave's biggest claim to fame is co-creating the new X-Men with Len Wein. I don't think he gets like a crazy amount of love. Like people definitely, give more hype to John Byrne and Chris Claremont. But you can't discount the greatness of Dave Cockrum. Inked by Joe Rubinstein here, who inked his second run on the X-Men. Not super crazy about the art on this. I don't know. I feel like Cockrum had like ups and downs in his art. A lot of people favor his first run on the Uncanny X-Men. And, I think that might have been an inker issue. I mean, I feel like he did ink himself on the first run, or at least on the giant size X-Men, which was so freaking amazing. But anyway, it is what it is, and here we go. I feel like he faced like health problems throughout like until just the end of his career too, so that might have affected like, I don't know, his drawing ability. But weird. Suddenly Storm has a white hand all of a sudden. By the goddess, suddenly I am back home in the wilds of my beloved Kenya, and my hand is white on top of it. How interesting. I don't know. I was never a big fan of like Christmas stories that involved Santa. I know, like Don't Call Me a Scrooge or whatever. I just think they're silly. Okay. Here we go. Walt Simonson writing, Arthur Adams drawing, Al Milgrom inking. As much as I love Al Milgrom, I thought it was weird that they paired him with Art Adams. I mean, I guess he did okay. This looks pretty good. A Christmas Coda. That's kind of a cool name. Marie Javins coloring. Isn't that interesting? Marie Javins, now the head of DC Comics, coloring the Marvel Holiday Special. Oh, well, I love that. It just goes to show at least she's artistic. She's actually put her hand in a comic physically to do the work. So I have to respect that as opposed to some like Yahoo who's never read a comic in their life coming in. I don't know. What do you think? This is so interesting and weird. Like, compare this to New Mutant Special Edition or X-Men Annual 9 or whatever. And, I don't know. If this was, like, my first Art Adams, I don't know if I'd be, like, as excited about it. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. But you know what I'm saying. Clearly, I would just buy anything. Well, I mean, especially if it had a Art Adams cover. Pin up. Why aren't you signed? So I always say, artists, sign your work, or else 30 years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, you're not going to get credit in some YouTube video that 5 people are going to watch. Are we moving on to Klaus Janson? I love Klaus Janson. Look how cool this is. I mean, he's probably doing the penciling, inking, and coloring. He did like a lot of coloring. This looks so cool. It's funny because I feel like there's so many combinations of Klaus Janson with other artists that are so amazing. And I was never as much of a fan as like his pencils and inks, but I did like it. But looking back at it now, like, it's freaking amazing. Like, it is so cool. Like, this is the man who, like, helped make The Dark Knight Returns brilliant. He's worked with Romita Jr., John Buscema, even John Byrne. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So much artistry. Beautiful. Tom Greinberg. A lot of cool Tom Greinberg art out there, by the way. Sal Buscema. Love his art. Like, I'm so glad that he's inking this. It's so weird because if you look at Sal Buscema is like a super producer. Like, just, I can't even imagine, like, the staggering amount of comic book art he did in his career. And I feel like some art stands out more because, like, sometimes he got some really great inks and sometimes he got some, like, average inks, and sometimes, but I mean, as I discussed in my very extensive, very amazing interview with celebrated editor Chris Ryle, that, you know, that's par for the course. I think a lot of comic artists suffered some bad inking. So it is very cool to see him ink himself here. And this splash page is freaking amazing. I love that. That is so cool. 'Twas a midwinter's night. Oh my god, this is so cool. I mean, does this not stand up, really, next to, like, Walt Simonson's Thor, almost? Like, I feel like he might be leaning into that a little bit, because it is, like, a Thor story. Oh, I thought it was written by Walt, but it's written by Tom DeFalco, so... But still, looking freaking cool AF. Very heavy Simonson influence on the inks here, I'm thinking. Looking very cool. Ron Frantz, this is an artist, like, such a great artist, very underrated, like, such a great, like, Marvel house style artist, and just, like, legend right there. That is so fun. I love that so much. What a great page. Hilarious. Wolverine just throwing a... I mean, this is such a great shot by John Byrne. Yay, we get John Byrne. See, you just never know when John Byrne's going to pop up, but usually always in any of my videos, right? Because I'm slightly obsessed. But what a great shot of Willy Lumpkin. I love this so much. The only thing I don't like about this, I would immediately call you out, John Byrne, is sometimes I feel like he did little effects on his computer, and it looks like he sort of created those snowflakes. I feel like he could have done them better by hand. What I love about the composition of this page is the presents in his box. And this, I'm feeling an homage. Almost look like they could be buildings, like in the New York City skyline. Cool, eh? That's what I see. Ron Lim breakdowns, James Sanders finishes, Len Kaminsky's story. I mean, do we really care about Christmas specials? Not so much. I mean, are there any that are just so great? Perhaps. You guys are gonna rip me a new one. Leave in the comments. Has any... Ooh. Howard Mackey writer, John Herbert penciler. I am not super familiar with this John Herbert penciler, Al Milgram inker, Michael Heisler letterer, Evelyn Stein colors, but I'm kind of digging it. Lots of snow. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I don't know if the snow is out of control or what. I feel like they learned a new effect in printing or something. Love the draftsmanship on this art. What happened, John Herbert? Perhaps this was like one of his first assignments, and I don't know. Did he go on? Do y'all know about John Herbert? Please feel free to comment. Dennis Jensen. Fun art. I feel like I remember him. Who is this crazy character? Plant Man? Rorik Tyler. That's a fun pinup. Ron Garney and Mike DiCarlo. I hate Mike DiCarlo things. I'm sorry. But Ron Garney. Interesting. Danny Fingerth, writer. Actually not hating your inks here, Mike DiCarlo. Sorry. This looks pretty cool. Isn't it weird? This is like such early Ron Garney work. This is very kind of Marvel House style in a lot of ways. I mean, Ron Garney would go on, like, he did that great run on Captain America, and we all know and love Ron Garney, let's face it. Oops, as I just, like, toss past his last few pages. But, I mean, whatever. Classic looking Spidey, love it. Happy holidays from everyone. Oh, that's cool. Mohawk Storm, I'll take it. Anyway, very interesting. Not so groundbreaking. Still fun. Gorgeous wraparound cover by Art Adams. Marvel Holiday Special from 1991. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit like, and I'll bring you more later.